Welcome back to another Employability Level 1 certificate, and today we are looking at Unit 34, being safe and healthy at work. Please remember to adhere to our health and safety guidelines and that we are adhering to safeguarding. Your safeguarding leads, if you do have any concerns about wellbeing or safeguarding, please contact Marie Spence or Tracy Turner. And we are adhering to prevent and protect values, equality and diversity. And please ensure that you have signed the register for today so that we have known that you have attended this session. Aims and objectives of today is to be aware of the health and safety rules and framework that governs your own and group behaviours in places of work, and demonstrate awareness of health and safety legislations relevant to themselves and others in particular workplaces. Complete evidence required to complete Unit 34. Criteria that you're going to meet today are 1.1, identify what constitutes as safe and appropriate behaviour in place of work. 1.2, recognise what constitutes inappropriate behaviour and unsafe behaviour in places of work. 1.3, give examples of the accidents or problems that can result from inappropriate behaviour in two different places of work. 2.1, behave in a safe and appropriate manner in a place of work. And 2.2, review the risks associated with inappropriate behaviour in a particular place of work. Those are your aims and objectives for today. Unit 34, as I mentioned, is about being safe and healthy at work. Health and safety. So what do you need to know about health and safety at work? It is a legal regulation covered by the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974. It is governed by the HSC, which is the Health and Safety Executive, who are able to turn up at places of work and do an assessment. They have the power to shut down a business if they do not meet the appropriate regulations. It is not just employers' responsibility, it is also your responsibility as well. And you need to ensure that you have the right attitude and be vigilant any hazards. Attitude. This plays a big part of the health and safety within any workplace. If you have a poor attitude, like someone else will do it, then that potential hazard could injure somebody else. For example, if you see something that could cause a trip, then move it aside so no one else can fall over it. If you notice that the fire exit is blocked, then move it and then report it to your supervisor or manager to prevent it from happening again. Let's do some maths. Is this a coincidence or not? You are going to be provided with the document that gives you a formula to work out. We are going to work out together why attitude is so important to everything we do within a working environment. This is your formula. So let's work it out. With your formula that has been provided to you, you will need to work out the following words. Knowledge. Knowledge, knowledge. So that means you will get 11 plus 14 plus 15 plus 23 plus 12 plus 5 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5 equals 96. Let's work out hard work using the same format. This means you'll get 8 plus 1 plus 18 plus 4 plus 23 plus 5 plus 11 plus 18 equals 98. So what we know so far, both knowledge and hard work are important, but each total falls short of 100%. Let's work out attitude, attitude. This will be 1 plus 20 plus 20 plus 9 plus 20 plus 21 plus 4 plus 5 equals 100%. Attitude works out as 100% when knowledge and hard work, although provide a high percentage towards the total, they are still short of the 100%. Is this a coincidence or not? What is wrong? What is a wrong attitude towards health and safety? Have you thought of all the angles? You've done it 1,000 times. It comes naturally to me. Someone else will sort it or report it. You know what you're doing. It's what you've been trying to do. And what could possibly go wrong? Conclusion of attitude and health and safety. Safety is really about attitude. It makes 100% safe behaviour. your choice on and off the job, and don't get too comfortable with your safety. Stay on guard and be vigilant. Please ask your tutor or assessor to play this video for you. You are now going to be conducting a quiz. There are 10 questions about health and safety that were mentioned in the video that you previously watched. Fill out the answer on the quiz document. Question 1. What is the name of the act that puts in place the legislations for health and safety in the workplace? That's question 1. Question 2. What should you do if there is an accident at work? So what should you do if there's an accident at work? Fill it in your worksheet. Question 3. What should you do if there is a fire at work? Question 4. What should always be kept clear? What should always be kept clear? Question 5. What should you do if you notice something that isn't working correctly? Question 6. What should you follow when lifting something? What should you follow when lifting something? Question 7. What fire extinguisher should be used on an electrical fire? Question 8. What does PPE stand for? Question 9. What should you do if you are using hazardous chemicals? And question 10. What does COSH stand for? What does COSHH stand for? Write down all of those answers. So time for those answers. Please ensure that your name is on your answer paper and pass your paper over to somebody else to mark. So you should have somebody else's paper to mark. Question number 1 was, what was the name of the act that puts in place the legislations for health and safety in the workplace? And of course, the answer is the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974. Question 2, what should you do if there is an accident at work? You should report it to your supervisor or manager and record it in the accident book. What should you do if there is a fire at work? You should raise the alarm, dial 999, evacuate the building using the emergency procedures, and close doors and windows if it is safe to do so. Question 4, what should always be kept clear? And of course, it is the fire exit. What should you do if you notice that something isn't working correctly? You should inform others that it is not safe to use, put an out of use label on it, and inform your supervisor or manager. Question 6, what should you do what should you follow when lifting something? And of course, it is manual handling. Number 7, what fire extinguisher should be used on an electrical fire? And it is CO2 with the black label there. Remember, you should be trained in how to use fire extinguishers before using them. Question number 8, what does PPE stand for? It stands for personal protective equipment. Question 9, what should you do if you are using hazardous chemicals? And of course, to read the label first and ensure you have the correct PPE to use the chemical safely. And if you do not use the chemical. Question 10, what does COSH stand for? And it stands for Control of Substances Hazardous to Health. Well done on that quiz. Health and safety at a desk. Health and safety within a workplace also involves sitting correctly at a desk. As you could be sitting for long periods of time, this can cause strain or injury on your eyes, neck, back, and wrists. To ensure you are aware of the health and safety procedures while sat at a desk, here is a video to explain. Please ask your tutor or assessor to play this video for you. You are meeting criteria 1.1, identify what constitutes safe and appropriate behaviour in the workplace by completing worksheet 1, appropriate behaviour at work. To meet criteria 1.2, recognise what constitutes as inappropriate and unsafe behaviour in places of work. Please complete worksheet 1, inappropriate behaviour at work. For 1.3, give examples of the accidents or problems that can result from inappropriate behaviour in 2 different places of work. Please complete worksheet 1, accidents that could occur. Your next activity is a presentation on appropriate behaviour. So in a group, create a presentation on how to behave in safe and appropriate manner at places of work. Pick a type of workplace, explain how to remain safe in those. Your assessor will then observe you on your presentation and you'll be meeting Unit 34 Criteria 2.1, behave in a safe and appropriate manner in a place of work. Good luck on your presentations. Your next activity is present on inappropriate behaviour. So in groups, create a presentation of inappropriate behaviour in a place of work. Pick a type of place of work, explain the types of behaviour that could cause risks to others. Your assessor will observe you and you should meet the criteria for 2.2. Review the risks associated with inappropriate behaviour in a particular place of work. Thank you very much for taking part in this session on health and safety in the workplace. Please take a moment to reflect on what have you learnt within health and safety. Did you know about the different attitudes and behaviours towards health and safety, and how will you use these moving forward into employability? Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Well done.